Well, in a recent interview, Democratic Representative Eric Swalwell, and a lot, I hear, said that Trump has brought hell and chaos to our country.
Bullshit?
Well, it's easy to have your head buried when you have it stuffed up a Chinese spy's ass. I'm Jasper Gonzo, and this is what's next. What's up, everyone? Jasper Gonzo, what's next? Your daily dose, common sense, facts, and salt. Happy Saturday. This is the weekend edition. Well, I do apologize for the last 2 days of not posting content, unfortunately, due to an early hours and long work days at my day job. There you go. But anyway, I'm here. Story number one, or video number one, shall I say. The joys of Reed. It's been a while since we back there, but sadly, we're going back. This time, her special guest is none other than the spy who loved me. The one, the only, yes, that would be Eric I Swallow Well, Swallows Well. Maybe redundant, but yeah, fits. But anywho, he's got a problem. Again, another one. Okay, yes, he does. He has many problems. But this time, he blames Trump for all the chaos that's going on in our country today. He says Trump has brought hell and chaos to our country, but yet says nothing about the riddled old man who's currently sitting in the White House the country over. But we'll have fun with this one. Here we go. This comes out of Breitbart. Swalwell, Trump has brought hell and chaos to our country. Before we hear the wonderful words of wisdom, a little background. Representative Eric Swalwell out of California said this past Thursday on MSLSD's The Readout, which of course no one watches, that former President Donald Trump has brought hell and chaos to the United States. Host, Joy Reid. Are any of your colleagues concerned about the members of Congress who will be targeted if these people were put back on the street? Swalwell, one of these threats come to me and my colleagues. We were told by the Department of Justice, which is doing a very good job of tracking these people, because of course, they're not tracking the bad guys, are tracking you and me. Anyway, is that, hey, we're being targeted too. You're seeing that Donald Trump has unleashed and created this environment where investigators are being terrorized. So the FBI agents and DOJ prosecutors, they're receiving as many death threats to me and my colleagues. I'm going to call bullshit on that, but anyway, he had it. That's just the hell and chaos that he has brought to our country. And it's really easy to do when you don't have the firewall within your own party to stop you. So that's why this is all important. And just functionally, because we're not helpless here, I have also been working with the DOJ to write legislation that will create a harassment crime, so it's not just a high threshold of threats, but that we can protect people as much as possible. But let's hear wonderful Eric, shall we?
Know that those who testified, there was a pretty dramatic day of testimony when one of these January 6th insurrectionists, who regrets it now, he said exactly who called him to the Capitol. It was Donald Trump.
Of course
Donald
they
Trump
did.
is again in an awkward position of being behind in 6 polls to Joe Biden. He's polling behind him. He's brought back in one of his biggest henchmen that helped him try to get help from Russia before, Paul Manafort. And he's already saying the election is rigged. Those are indications to me that he's not so sure he's going to win again. So, right, he could do it again. Another January 6th.
Oh, he will.
Yeah, because that's not instigating
anything.
now.
Priors, and he prefers violence over voting.
Of course he does,
There's no central
yes.
core of principles that he is running on. When he looks at the word America, the only letter he recognizes is the letter I. This is entirely about Donald Trump, and he sees violence as a means of achieving his, end game here. And so the judge is right, to foreshadow this. And he doesn't only see violence, domestically, he sees it externally. As he invites Russia to invade our traditional allies, again, because he sees that as helping him. Chaos helps Donald Trump. And by the way, Joy, this is all, quite interesting for a man who avoided avoided and dodged, the draft when others of his generation went and served. It's very interesting, for somebody who told everyone to go to the Capitol on January 6th and then veered off and went back to the White House. He's your traditional just schoolyard bully. He is, the weakest strongman you'd ever see. And when you look at that rally that you played in the beginning.
All right. That's enough of that bullshit. Says the man who was literally porking a Chinese spy, all the while serving in Congress, and still does. Giving away trade secrets of the U.S. to China, well, you know what? The bonus is you're porking a Chinese spy. But then again, he's not Eric Swallowswell for nothing. Sadly, when you appear on the Joys of Reed, of course, every episode is racisms all day long and twice on Sundays. This is pathetic. And once again, blaming Donald Trump on the chaos and terror that's going on around our country right now. But yet, over the last 3.5 years, we have seen our economy tank. We have seen inflation go through the roof. We have seen our borders out of fucking control. 8.5 million. We've seen innocents die because of the border. And yet, nothing gets said. The Democrats don't come out and say, hey, you know what? We got a problem at the border. We got shit going on. It's really going bad right now. The economy is in the shitter. And yet, I'm going to attack Donald Trump. I'm going to keep going after him. I'm going to make sure we're going to take his monies. I'm going to make sure we're going to take his private businesses. We're going to make sure that we cripple this man to the point where he'll never be elected. But, according to Joe Reed, if he is elected, well, we could have another January 6th, quote unquote, insurrection, which of course it wasn't an insurrection. Basically, it was just about a bunch of crazy nut jobs who broke windows and decided to take a tour of the Capitol. But then again, that's just me. But when it comes to Eric Swalwell, once again, this is a guy who will never be kicked out of office unless it's on his own terms, because it's in California. It's Californistan, where you've had businesses shut down left and right. You've had pharmacies closed down, where you've had chaos run amok between the illegals and between urban crime. But yet he says nothing about that, but blames Donald Trump. Surprised? No. That's just the ass clowns that are on the left. And with that being said, I'm Jazz Berganzo. This is What's Next. Want to see more like this? Please leave a comment below. Like it, share, subscribe to it. Continue to spread the word about the show. Appreciate you guys very much. And we'll catch you next time. Peace.